Hi guys, how are we doing? My name is LDray Jo and I am a part-time creator. I am really grateful for empowering women, for allowing me to be able to talk to you beautiful women today. Like I said, I am a part-time content creator, not through choice, but because sometimes that's all my body is going to allow me to do. I suffer with chronic illnesses. I suffer with POTS and non-epileptic seizures, and sometimes that means that I can't even get out of bed. I've been living with these chronic illnesses for the last 12 years, and sometimes that means that I can show up fully for myself, and then other days it means that I can't show up for myself at all, let alone anybody else. And honestly, all these years I've been learning to be okay with that. I've also struggled with my mental health and agoraphobia. I've had moments where I have felt at completely rock bottom. I've been bedbound, isolated, and kind of felt like the world was moving on without me. And I remember on the days where I was bedbound, I laid there thinking that this world was way too big for anyone to feel this lonely. So I did something about it. I created a very small but very loved community on social media. A community not because I had it all figured out, but because I didn't. And I knew that I couldn't be the only person in this world that felt like this. And truth is, I wasn't. I was so surprised the amount of people that reached out. Women from all walks of life. Some that had chronic illnesses and some that didn't. But all of us had one thing in common, and that was that we was all trying to figure out how to love ourselves better and love ourselves more, just for who we were. And if I'm being honest with you, that self-love journey I have been on that feels like a lifetime, and I think it's something that I'm gonna be on, just like you guys watching and most people in this world. We are all pretty much on a self-love journey for a lifetime. As a child I was bullied, and over the years I've had family breakdowns, and I've been in relationships that broke me down way more than they built me up, and I've had to navigate life not having it together, whether we are talking about financially, career-wise. I'm sitting here with you today. I have just turned 35. I am still single. I do not have children, and I'm still having a big question mark over that, because I'm not sure if that's something that I do want or whether it's something that I don't. For a long time I thought all those things meant that I was behind. I thought that it meant I wasn't worthy. But here's what I've come to realize. I'm not behind at all. I am just on a different path. My path. Because being a woman, a black mixed race woman, a larger bodied woman, a disabled woman, that means I tick a lot of boxes that society would deem less than, unworthy. But the truth is, I've actually never felt more worthy than I do right now. And that didn't come from the world changing, because it hasn't, not that much. It came with how I programmed my own mind and how I saw myself. Now don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I have everything figured out. I am still on this journey. I don't wake up every day feeling like a self-love queen. Some days I look in the mirror and I'm repulsed by the reflection that's staring back at me. I'm older, yet my mind still feels like I'm 16. My body changes from week to week. And some days I can get out of bed and some days I can't. Some days I literally just, babe, I'm gonna need a minute, okay? I'm gonna need a moment to gather myself. And that's okay. Because what I've learned is this. Self-love, it isn't a destination, is it? It's a practice. It's the choosing myself, even on days where I don't feel like I should, on days where I feel like I can't, especially on them days. It's not about bubble baths and face masks. It's about boundaries. It's about saying no when everything tells you to say yeah. It's about asking yourself, do I actually want this right now? Do I actually need this right now? And being honest with that answer. It's about walking away from people that make you question your worth and surrounding yourself with people that celebrate you. It's about sitting in the quiet and asking yourself, what is it do I really need right now? Self-love looks like discipline. Sometimes, especially for me, it looks like rest. Sometimes it looks like crying your eyes out and letting go of years and years of trauma and sadness. And sometimes it looks like dancing in your living room, like no one is watching at all, and looking like an absolute lunatic, but having the best time doing that. I had a moment recently actually where I went to an event actually hosted by Shams, who had done a video previously, so go ahead and watch that. She's just fabulous. I went to this event, and usually, especially with my agoraphobia, it started with judgment of people not understanding what living with a chronic illness can be like, because some days you can seem perfectly what society would seem normal, and then some days you can't do anything at all. It kind of gets lost in translation to some people, and when they see you on your best days, they question whether you're ill or not. So I found myself over the years staying more and more in the house, because that's where I felt safest. But when I went to this event hosted by When Women Gathers, I realized I don't care about what people think anymore. Because people are going to judge you regardless of what you do, regardless of what you look like, what your skin colour is, what you're doing for work, what you're not doing, if you're working at all, whether you have children, whether you don't have children, whether you're financially stable or not. People are going to judge you. But the one person that shouldn't judge you is you. It's time we start being kinder to ourselves the way we're kind to other people. And as humans, we suck at that. We need to do better. And I don't want to sit here and talk fluff at you and make out that things are so easy when it comes to self-love. It isn't. It can start off as feeling like such a chore. There are days where you don't want to do anything. And they're the days we need to make it the most easiest for ourselves. When I was going through my exposure therapy, I got some really good advice actually, and it was to create a very small box of the little things that you love that make you feel good. It can be anything. It could be a bath bomb, it could be a face mask, it could be your favorite lipstick, it could be your favorite perfume, body cream, a DVD, a snack, whatever it may be. Put it in this box, and on the days you feel awful, open up that box and do something with it. Feed into yourself. Take yourself out. I've started doing that. I've really started taking myself on little dates, and it makes you feel so good. Go for a coffee, go for some food. Start sitting in your own company and enjoying it. 1 minute. One piece of advice I give to most people, especially when it comes to body confidence, and you're gonna roll your eyes and you're gonna think I'm absolutely nuts, but trust me, it works. There is a saying, fake it till you make it, and honestly, listen, I'm being honest with you, it works. This works. Stand in front of the mirror completely naked. You don't have to do your hair, you don't have to put no makeup on, you don't even have to cream yourself if you don't want to cream yourself, babe. Just stand there completely naked, real, raw, honest, in your own unique, glorious body, and tell yourself 5 things that you love about you. It can be anything. It can be your mind, it could be your personality, it could be your body, whatever. Just tell yourself 5 things and do it for a week. The week after that, do 6 things, then 7, and then 8. You get the picture. You start to believe it, because words matter. There's that saying, sticks and stones don't break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Don't listen to that saying, it's a lie. Words hurt. Words hurt. So why are we doing that to ourselves? The world's gonna judge us regardless. Why are we judging ourselves? Let's celebrate ourselves instead. When it comes to fashion, play with it, have fun. You don't have to stick to one particular style. I'm completely changing all the time. One minute I've got long hair, the next I've got short hair. And lately I've been trying to rock the more natural, loving me for me, you know, and all that. When it comes to the people you surround yourself, gals, we've got to start listening to our gut. Because one thing's for truth, our intuition, it never lies, babes. Never, ever, ever does it lie. If something feels off, something's off. If someone makes you feel like you have to shrink yourself, it's not your people. If you walk into a room and the room goes quiet, or you feel like all eyes are on you but in a negative way, they're not your people. That's not your safe space. You deserve to be around people who make you feel like peace. Not people who you have to shrink yourself for, or have to walk on eggshells for. You don't deserve to be around people that make you sit in confusion and anxiety. You deserve people that make you sit in peace and happiness. And I want to say something to the women that feel like they've lost themselves a little bit. For whatever reason, whether it's health, whether it's entering motherhood, whether it's relationships or just life in general, you are allowed to choose yourself. You are. That doesn't mean you're selfish. That means that you're being responsible for your own well-being. You can't pour from an empty cup. So let's stop filling everybody else's cup and leaving ourselves depleted all the time. That don't mean that you can't be there for people, but just put yourself first. You deserve that. You deserve to feel full and seen and heard and loved by others. Yeah, but you know what? Most importantly, you deserve to feel loved by yourself. Because at the end of the day, the relationship with yourself never ends. You're the one person you can count on. Let's start nurturing that relationship with us, yeah? Be kind to yourself. Be patient with you. Celebrate yourself, even when you still feel like you're figuring it out. We've all been through so much. Our bodies have been through so much. Whether it's just womanly things, hormones, childbirth, pregnancies, life. She's been through it, yet you're still here. I don't know. That alone makes me feel like you're worthy, babe. And I think that's something you should be proud of. Thank you for listening to my video today. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Do engage in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you do for your self-love days. What is it makes you feel the most beautiful? The most happiest? The most at peace? Let me know. I'm interested. Maybe I can even pick up some tips from you. And if you want to see my content, go ahead to the LDray Way on Instagram and TikTok. Say hey. I'd love to have you. Have a great day. Mwah.